And sync point. Alright, so this is the second part of my sort of mid-year review, midterm review for my semester. It's my third semester of uni. It's the first semester of my second year. So this is my the history part. Doing 3 courses: Design Studio 4, History 2, and Representation 2. This video is probably going to be the shortest of the 3 for this review, since there has only been 1 assignment and a few quizzes that have been marked and submitted so far. I haven't actually got the marks back for the first assignment, but this is what I'm going to be showing you anyway. And so I guess to start with, the first assignment was called Mind the Gap, which is we had to essentially mind the gap between a contemporary new building and look at the precedents set by older historical buildings and how they have influenced the new designers to sort of convey a message. And most of the buildings from the options we had were within the last 20 years post sort of 2000. Mine is a bit older. It's from I should remember that. 1982. So I chose the older one as I thought there'd be more reading resources on it, as it's a very famous building by a very famous architect. And I also like the architect, his style, and I am a fan of this building in general. So I guess if we jump over into the computer, you should be seeing my assignment. The format was quite odd. It was 900 millimeters long by 120 tall, and if we wanted to add a 3D element to it, we could have add 50 mil up. So quite strange dimensions for an assignment, since it's not a poster, but it is still somewhat of a poster. It's just a very elongated one. And I sort of went for a timeline, which is sort of what I think they were expecting. A lot of people went for timeline sort of iterations, and most people had a 3D element. It was a 2-person assignment, but my partner deferred, so it was just up to me. And I actually produced essentially all of this. They dropped out early enough, which is fine, and I am very happy with the outcome of it. The written part, I'm not sure if it was the direction they are looking for, and it was only 250 words. Mine is 260, I think. It was quite hard to condense the information that they were looking for into such a small range while still covering enough points. But I think I've done a decent job at it, and I'm quite happy with the overall what I submitted, and I'm very happy with the graphics that I produced for it. So the building I selected is the National Assembly Building by Louis Khan. It's in Bangladesh. It's the obviously assembly building, and it's his masterpiece essentially. I think it was his last piece to be built. He died, I think, 9 years before it was completed. But yeah, so it's a huge monolithic building. The ideas I set were because it was originally conceived when Bangladesh was still a part of Pakistan, and the movement after the war was it had to establish an identity for itself, which is why I've gone for precedents of a modern identity. So how this building has used precedents from other monolithic buildings, which I'll get into in a second, in order to produce an identity for the new established country. So I'll upload this PDF as well, so you can read over my points and stuff. But it's sort of just an introduction to the building, how I've related that to a lot of Mughal mosques that are a few hundred years old, and then I've also found precedents in Renaissance buildings like St. Peter's and another one as well, La Rotonda, and then how I've just found the key ideas of those buildings, such as the square floor plan, centralized form, protruding fronts, and symmetry. So yeah,